I'm fired up, guys. Welcome into the stream. Happy Monday. Hopefully you're having a great start to your day, or it was a great day thus far. And for the next hour, we're going to be placing a lot of bets. We got NHL, we got college basketball, we got the NBA all happening tonight. And so we're going to be looking for some value, taking advantage of some discounts. We got some various different books that are offering some different promos. So we definitely want to hit that up. I shared one earlier today on FanDuel. For the Arizona-Iowa State game tonight. Onyx, they got a little boost going on as well for the NHL and tennis. But we're going to start off with some DFS first. Little PrizePicks, underdog, dabble, parlay play. Good to be back. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Nice to be back with you guys after taking a day off basically yesterday. And here we are. So looking first and foremost at PrizePicks. And DVigging the pinnacle right now. What do we got cooking? Let me refresh the page. Eason under on rebounds. Mason Marchman over on points. These two plays I definitely want to get in on. We also have this Kawhi Leonard discount, guys. So this is where I'm going to play this at. Kawhi over on points. 19.5. Got a nice little discount there. Eason under on rebounds. And then let's go to the NHL. And let's go with old Mason. And we're going to get him to record a point. And so this is going to be a 3-pick entry here, guys. I don't know if they'll let me... I think I'm limited to $5 on these slips. 3-pick slip, though, I'll go ahead and share with you guys here. Just taking the top two plays, DVigging the pinnacle. Both have over 2.5% edge. Taking the discount from Kawhi, which we know is solid. And I'll share this link with you guys. Wilbo, Irish, Trent, what's going on? Just dropped a new video, guys, on the Odds Jam channel, an hour or two ago, talking about player props and my favorite from worst to best in terms of betting them last year and my success rate. So if you're new to betting player props this year with baseball or new to using a data-driven approach with OddsJam, check that video out. It's going to serve you very well. And just kind of talking about the why I stay away from certain markets, why I attack certain markets, right? And so that's really been my, my journey last year. In the previous seasons of betting MLB baseball, this will be my 4th or 5th season betting baseball. And have really found certain markets that have been very successful. And so check that video out. Let me know what you think, whether it's a positive or negative comment, and let me know. All right, so there's a 3-pick slip on PrizePicks. Let's take a look at underdog. Do we got anything on underdog? Specifically 2-pick entries. We got 5 results. Again, Eason looks really good. Ace Bailey, not too bad. So I'm going to go over here to underdog, fire this up. Again, guys, when it comes to this Eason play, I'll put them on 2, sometimes 3 different slips, but 2 slips. So I like this. Let me see if we DVig to FanDuel, if we have anything different. We're using the power DVig method for those of you that are curious. Kawhi under on his points and assists, and then Giannis, who is back in the lineup tonight, under on rebounds. All right, we'll take this. And we're going to take the under on Giannis and then Kawhi. Honestly, a little surprised to see Giannis playing. I know these guys want to go out and play. I just, the Bucks have nothing to play for. They really want a top pick. So I'd probably go with, I'm definitely going to go with Giannis over Kawhi. I'll remove Giannis. I'll go with the Ace Bailey play in Kawhi. All right, so I'll throw this one up here first, guys. I'll share this one right here. What's going on, Anton? Yeah, Irish, no doubt. We hit on Onyx. We're definitely going to look for Onyx a little bit later today, guys. My 2 most recent slips, from Onyx has been really good. This was on Friday. Let me know if anyone tailed this one. This was my Friday parlay that we handed out, plus 570. We hit this, $25, turned it into 167. Not bad, right? So we hit this one. And then on Saturday, we hit a plus 846, which was sick. Shout out to Mason Marchman. Scoot Henderson, Tyler Hero, took $25 and turned it into over $200 in profit. So we're pretty hot right now. I know the NHL goal scorer streak, at least on my free picks on X, came to an end, but it's been going really well. So if you've been tailing slips on Onyx, you've been tailing some of the NHL goal scorers the past couple of days, you should have been making money for sure. To take $25 and to turn it over $200 in profit is awesome. Awesome. And so, taking $50 in the last 2 Onyx parlays and turning that into what, $400 or so in profit, not bad. Not bad at all, right? We'll take that. So Kawhi, Ace Bailey, if you want to go with Giannis, we could do that as well. I'm cool with that. We're going to keep it moving, though. We're going to go over to Better, see what we got cooking on Better right now. Just using the positive EV tool with OddsJam. Kawhi looks good here. Baylor looks not bad here. Doesn't look too shabby. Also hit a Dabble slip on Saturday. Whoever copied or tailed me on Dabble, that was really nice. So we've been doing well with DFS. Again, guys, all of these are some kind of parlays. So if you're coming to this stream thinking that we're going to hit like every parlay that we play, you're at the wrong stream. Sorry to tell you. But, when we do hit, we're going to definitely be making money because we've been hitting at a higher rate, and it's been really, really good. So the under on points and rebounds here for Baylor Shireman, okay? We can go back to Kawhi if we want to. I'm going to play the discount on, you do KD or McKinnon, either one. We'll take the KD over on his points. So we'll take the KD discount to go with Shireman. We could go back to the well with Kawhi. Let's see what Pinnacle has. They only have 2. Again, it could be Mason Marchment. So these are kind of all repeats. Actually, this is a real good play straight up on DraftKings. If you just want to bet this straight on DraftKings, guys, or if you don't have Better and you just want to play this on DK, by all means do so. But FanDuel, I'll go with this Kawhi play. I'm cool with that. It's no problem for me. All right, the under on his points and assists, okay? And so, again, this is a $10 max 3-pick entry. Perfect entry on Better. Play the discounts every day. Got a lot to get to. Not as much happening today in the world of sports. It's a kind of a lighter slate of games in college basketball. We got a really good matchup tonight with Houston and Iowa State. We had an NHL game earlier today with Detroit and Nashville. Let me share that. Let me get that link for you guys. Bingo. And then, so we don't have as much. There's like 5 NHL games. There's, I think, like 4 NBA games tonight. And then a lighter slate of college basketball. Starting tomorrow, guys, we have some of the smaller conferences in college basketball. Their conference tournaments are starting. Atlantic Sun, the Patriot League, Horizon, the Sun Belt. All those conference tournaments start tomorrow. So if you're looking to live bet, be on the lookout for tomorrow. Conference tournaments do start. It kind of makes me sad because then that means it's the end of the college basketball season. But that is going to be, this is a great week. Next week's a great week. There's that link for Better Guys for that 3-pick slip. A lot happening. Also, shout out to my girlfriend for buying me the new Pirate Spring Training hat. Appreciate you, Guapa. Thank you. Anton says, coming off my first 6-day winning streak all year. Lucky number 7 tonight, please. Let's go, Anton. Love to hear that, man. Love to hear that you're having some success and that variance has come back for you in a positive way. That's very, very good to hear. There you go. All right, so let's see what we got cooking. That's Better. Let's take a look at Dabble. Let's take a look at Parlay Play. And then we'll look at DraftKings Pick 6. There is a 30% winnings boost tonight, guys, on DraftKings Pick 6. Parlay Play. Let's get rid of Better. All right, we're going to devig to FanDuel first. A lot of Dabble value. Bruce Brown, Kawhi, Shireman. Okay, these are all roughly 2.5% edges. So before I go play those, I just double check Pinnacle. Like, do they have any higher edge plays? Not for Dabble, not really. And they don't have a ton going on here for Parlay Play. Though for Parlay Play, because I'm already on here, I might have some kind of promo or boost. So we'll take Nylander, old Willie Boy, to get an assist tonight. This is it's a payout boost special. Dang it. Okay. Ace Bailey. These are lower edges. I was hoping to get the payout boost special, or not the payout boost special, but just be able to throw one of my boosts that I have on Parlay Play. So we're going to go back to FanDuel for this Dabble. Again, for Dabble guys, follow me at Billy C. And all caps, no spaces, just Billy C. And you can copy this slip as soon as I throw it in. I guess I got to log in on Dabble. All right, finally seeing that balance go up on Dabble, which is nice. All right, so we'll look for Kawhi here on his points. Clippers and the Warriors. Take the under 27.5. And then Baylor under on his points. And then Ryan Rollins on points and rebounds. Under 19.5. Okay. You could take Vooch if you wanted to on his rebounds as well. This is a 3-pick entry here, guys. 6x payout. We're going to go here. I'm playing this for the max, $50. That slip is now live, so if you follow me on Dabble, you can copy it right now. I'm in for $50. I've been playing these for 25, but been seeing nice results with DFS the last couple of months, guys, just tracking this. And so I'm going to start upping my wager sizes on DFS. So there we go. There's a 3-pick slip on Dabble. No, Kevin Porter Jr. is not bad. Let's see if we can do this. Kevin Porter Jr., that's a payout boost as well. That's why it's so high. All right, so I don't really love what I see with parlay play. Like, I'm just not super interested in playing Ace Bailey and Zibanejad. These are just, they're too low for me, personally. Too low. So, there we go. What's going on, Patrick? All right, so let's take a look at pick 6, DraftKings, because we do have a nice little boost over there for the NBA. We're going to be looking at the Sharp Money Tool, NBA, college basketball, NHL, Eason on rebounds, Draymond on assists. Again, guys, because of this boost, I will look to play this. But we're going to pay attention. This Eason play is going to be in for me. It just depends on the Draymond play because it's not great. But, you know, with this boost that we're going to get, I think it's a 30% boost. It's not bad. Over 4.5 assists. The thing with Draymond that you have to, that you're a little nervous about compared to everybody else is he could get like, you know, another technical and just get kicked out of the game. That's like the added risk baked in with Draymond is that the dude could just literally get himself knocked out of the game. All right, so I don't want this Draymond play because on FanDuel, KD and Kawhi, these are just better. These are higher edge plays. Player points, PRA. We're going to go with the player points on Kawhi. Or excuse me, on KD under 24.5. And then Kawhi. And I have a little too much Kawhi for my liking, but he'll be on 3 different slips for me. All right, this is a 30% boost, guys. I can only play $10 on this slip, but I will share it with you guys. Link is inbound right here. Now that February is in the books, guys, would love to hear from you how it went for you. It was a profitable February for me. Honestly, the second half of February, I kind of really cooled off. The first half of February was very good. Still ended up profitable on February. Not as much as I would have loved, but still happy with the results nonetheless. It definitely beats January, so glad to see this. And what I will say, guys, is the month of March, you know, I keep it real with you guys. The month of March is really one of the final really good months. April is okay, but April we obviously gain baseball, but the NBA playoffs normally hit around April. And so April's decent. We have a real sweet spot coming up here at the end of March when baseball regular season, the NBA regular season, and the NHL all combine together. We have like a week or two of just really, really good stuff. When you have the MLB regular season going on with games going on every day, with the NBA and NHL, it's a really, really good time. So March is solid, no doubt about it. Things in April start to really kind of fall off a cliff a bit towards the end of April. And then once we get to May, June, July, and August, we enter the real dry months of the season in terms of profitable betting. All right, over here, I do have, there is a college basketball game that has been underway for like the last 15 minutes. I think it's like Norfolk State. So we'll take a look at that. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to clear out my one filter. This is a filter, guys, that I'm just testing. I'm not really ready to share the filter yet because I'm not sure how it does. It's for a future video down the road if it does well. So let's see what we got here. Let's go with just the date range for today. And then a market of just main markets and player props for all sports books. Okay. Matty Beniers, under 1.5 shots on goal on the Sharp Money Tool. Someone has posted $8,400 on this prop. Now, they want this at plus 116 odds. You can get this at plus 115 on DraftKings. Okay? So, to break this down for you on the Sharp Money tool, this is Boomers. This is a sports book that's only available in Nevada. So they're offering minus 116 on Beniers over 1.5 shots on goal. As you can see on this right-hand side here, minus 116, other than ProfitX, which is what this person's offering at, this is an incredible price on the over. So in my opinion, this is someone that's offering the best price on the over, which means they really want the under. And they want this under at a competitive price. It's a little bit above and beyond what some of the sports books have, but MGM, DraftKings at plus 115, guys, like I would bet that all day long. So I'm going to go over to DraftKings, and I'm already on here from this earlier. So I'm going to play this Matty Beniers play for probably a unit, okay? Betting his under 1.5 shots on goal, Kraken and the Hurricanes tonight. Again, you know, someone's posted an insane amount of liquidity on this play. I'm totally cool with betting this under. So I'm going to throw $100 over here on Matty Beniers. Again, I like to keep things, keep it real with you guys. $100 on Beniers. And so you can see right here, I bet the under 1.5 shots on goal. You can see the payout up here is plus 215, so $100 pays out 115. So there we go. So I'm in on Beniers, which is a lot of money. It's a 1 cent off to what I could get it at, or what this guy wants it as. So I'm totally cool with that. Shout out to DraftKings, seeing this a lot. Rangers, Blue Jackets, under 5.5. If this is real over on BetMania, this is an offshore sports book. I'm in on this. Somebody wants it at plus 117 odds. Honestly, you can get this at plus 111 on ProfitX. Ballybet, BetParks, you can get this at plus 116. Bet Rivers at plus 115, which is pretty good. BetMania is an offshore book that I'm actually working through. My last offshore book I'm working through a rollover with. I'm getting close to the end, and I'm really hoping this is actually out there. Again, guys, the more sports books that you have accounts with, the more profitable opportunities are available for you. So I'm just going to take a look at the NHL to see if this is actually out there. And let's see. It is. The under 5.5 is out there, which is fantastic. What's the max wager here? Oh, no. It's only $10? Dang. Okay. It's only $10 on BetMania, but it is actually out there, which kind of sucks. It sucks for an alt line. Let's look at Shane Gostisbehere. Again, you're going to see a lot of these hockey props here. We're talking $3,000, $1,000 here. We're talking $4,200, guys, on a hockey prop. The Pinnacle's taking $250 on. So this person wants this at minus 182 odds. You can get that at DraftKings. You can get that at MGM. Now, as you guys know, me personally, I really don't like betting short odds plays. Short odds just means that, you know, if you win this bet, you're not getting paid out a lot, right? So it's not my favorite, but definitely a play that you could go get over at DraftKings. And something that we've really noticed with the Sharp Money tool with NHL player props, a lot of DraftKings plays out there. So you might be limited on MGM, but it might not be too shabby on DraftKings. Maybe you could still get 40, 50 bucks down. And on a heavy favorite, they'll definitely take this action. Same with Benoit here, under on his player block shots. Someone's wagering $3,200 on a player block shots. Now, not as many options to bet this type of play, so it's kind of tough, but something just to keep a note of, right? Anton says they got a crazy DK promo, 75% boost for a 2-leg SGP for plus 1,000 odds. How would you play it? It's a good question. Let me go over to DK. I'm guessing you're talking about, is it the get an NBA profit boost? I'm thinking, is that what it is? I'm not sure if this is it or if it's not. And again, everyone, I might have you might have a slightly different offers and boost than what I have. Let me see. Yeah, because I just have a 15% all-purpose boost and a 30% all-purpose boost, but still, it might be a DJ. Yeah, it might be. I don't know if anyone else in here, guys, is getting that same offer from DraftKings. It could be a really good thing. Also, for those of you that have DraftKings and you haven't applied yet, highly, 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 highly recommend that you come over here, okay, guys, and again, over here on DraftKings, just come up here to the top and click VIP and answer their questions. If you and just answer their questions honestly. If you get offered a VIP showcase, it lasts for 4 weeks. It's incredible, and this is the time that you want to take advantage of it. So, like literally, DraftKings. When I got my VIP showcase, DraftKings didn't reach out to me. I went to the VIP tab and I answered these questions, did their little survey, and they awarded me a VIP showcase. So if you haven't tried this out yet, you literally have nothing to lose. So check it out. It's awesome on their. So shout out to DraftKings for that. Appreciate the showcase. It was really good. Got some great boosts. Great boosts. Like up to $250 max on certain plays. Okay. Speaking of Brock Nelson, to not record a point tonight. Ooh, kind of bet Brock Nelson to score a goal earlier, so I'm hoping that's not the case. But someone has $1,400. We are dropping down a bit, guys, in liquidity here. Same with this tennis match and for Maselli, or however you say this dude's name. Like, this is a little bit lower than what we're talking about up here. We're talking about $3,000 to $4,000, right? I have more confidence on these plays than when I'm coming down here. But these can also be some options for you if you want. Honestly, it's just for you, man. You know, I would just say positive EV bet like you normally do. Find a couple plays that have an edge, even if it's SGPs. You know, the boost that they're giving you, that's a great boost. So basically, if you put two legs together, that correlation nerf that you're going to receive, that boost is going to bring you back to where you were or even above the EV play. So that's definitely what I would do. Just, obviously pay attention if you're taking maybe KD over on his points. Maybe you're taking one of his teammates to give over on assists. If you can bake in some correlation on that SGP, that's even then more powerful. So, or the opposite, right? If you're doing this for hockey, you're taking a player under shots on goal. Maybe the opposition goalie, you're taking the under on his saves as well because he's not going to stop as many pucks. Or vice versa on the over. A lot of different ways you can attack that. Let me set this screen up, guys, so that we can go take a look at college basketball. Let's look at the money line plays. Let's open up point spreads. Let's open up total points. And then I just love doing this. This makes it really easy. Really easy when you can just come over here and it's just one game. Love that. Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's go and look at some let's first spend a couple of minutes here on arbitrage. Don't want to forget about my arbitrage, people. And then we're going to look at some mainline markets for the NBA and NHL goal scorers and a lot of good stuff. So naturally, arbitrage betting here, guys, this Joshua Jefferson play, right? If you're looking to grab this, I would say don't. Unless you're like one of the fastest people out there, because this is a specific play here where there's only $45 available on ProfitX. So you and everybody else that uses OddsJam is fighting over $45 of liquidity. Now you can make nice money on this ARB. So if you're looking at this play, you want to execute the ProfitX side first because there's no money out there. You got to go get that ProfitX liquidity. Then go to SportsZeno and bet the under. Right? Same with kind of Derek White. There's only $133 here on no vig. This is a solid ARB. You got to go to no vig and lock that side in first, right? Normally, like on a play like this Melton play, I don't know, you want to lock these in at the exact same time, this over and this under. But on these exchanges, you want to make your priority the exchanges when there's low liquidity. Now, if there was $500 on Derek White, go lock in the SportsZeno side first, right? But that's how I would go about attacking these ARBs, because think of how many people are using the OddsJam arbitrage tool. Think about how many people are coming home from work and looking to find some plays. You want to go hit those up first. So some different plays here that you just kind of want to take a look at and just always pay attention to liquidity. Like this Melton play here, just ignore this. $18. Like in my mind, I'm not going to be able to go over there and grab this play. Now, Bruce Brown, $258. Okay, all right, let's give it a try. I'm not going to go for maybe the full 258, right? Because when you're dealing with an exchange, remember, these exchanges don't care what you wager. They don't care if you wager $99.66. So another tip, when you're setting up these ARBs, when you're dealing with an exchange, they'll never limit you. They don't care what you wager. So get your numbers right on the SportsZeno side. And then go bet your 102.94 on no vig, right? If you're looking to bet $50, Get your number right on Sportzino. Make this look like a casual bettor, right? Not many casuals are betting the unders on a rebounds prop. I get that. But with all that set aside, you want to make sure your numbers are nice and clean on the rec book because you know the exchange doesn't care what you bet. Just something you want to think about, right? It's a little different when you're going after DraftKings and Sportzino because these are both rec books. But when you have the exchange here, you want to really make sure you're setting up the rec book side right, and then whatever the crumbs, the scraps that are left over on the exchange, then you'll just go take care of that. But otherwise, guys, it's pretty simple with arbitrage betting. Log into your books, go attack them, and make sure they're bang bang right after one another. Okay. We'll start with some NBA main line market plays. So point spreads, total points, money lines for the NBA. We'll just kind of set this up old school. Let's look at some DVIG settings. We'll use Pinnacle. We'll use Power. I'm not going to set any odds range up right now. We only have about 18 plays. For today, we have 18 plays. So here we go. Nuggets first half money line, minus 300. It's really juicy, but it's almost a 3% edge on BetMGM. So if you want to bet on the Nuggets, right, the only nice thing about this is if it's a tie at halftime, then you get your money back. No loss, right? There's a little insurance baked in with it. Same with the Rockets at minus 425. Wizards on the spread, plus 17 on any of the Canby sports books. I know they're terrible. They're not a good team, but I am on the Wizards on the spread tonight as well. Not on the 17. I think I'm plus 15 and a half. What am I on? I got them plus, I bet a bunch of first quarter overs. FanDuel limited me to only make $50 on that. I'm on the plus 15 and a half on Kalshi. So there we go. Jazz plus 14 and a half. There is a world where the Nuggets have the lead at halftime, but the Jazz cover the spread, right? But remember, guys, when you're dealing with spreads like the Wizards and the Jazz, these teams are not very good. So these teams can easily lose by 40 points. Every team in the NBA can get blown out. But in terms of like a risk level, the Wizards and the Jazz are up there at the very tippy top in terms of like, this could be a 40-point blowout tonight. Something else that you want to think about. So if you're betting the Jazz spread 6 ways to Sunday, right? You got the plus 14, plus 13, plus 12, plus 15, plus 16. The Jazz could lose by 30 tonight. So you just want to make sure when you start to go after spreads that are, 3, 4, 5 points, there is still an opportunity for there to be a blowout. But it's a little bit slim, a little bit less. That range is a little bit less. Your distribution, a little tighter. So just things you want to think about. Clippers and the Warriors here. This is actually very meaningful for me. Over on Caesars, under 216.5, like Pinnacle's taking $7,500. They're at minus 115 odds. I mean, I don't mind it. Now, Caesars did just move very recently, which I don't appreciate that movement. But NBA, main line, main market play. Again, guys, you're never going to see a total points market for the NBA live in a 5 or 6% EV edge range at this time of the day. It's just not going to happen. There's too much popularity. There's too much money, right? Now, you'll see this on player props. You'll see 9% player props because books are taking small amounts of money. Pinnacle's taking $7,500 on this play. A little different story, right? A lot more popularity in this market. So if you want to see less risk, less maybe variance, you need to start going down under a little bit. Go down to those 1%, 1.5% edges for mainline markets. That's where these plays live. That's where all these plays live. Down in here is you're going to find some more mainline markets where the odds is like the actual main line for this. So I'm going to head over to Caesars. I'll place a bet on this. I don't mind betting some unders on the Clippers and the Warriors. Both teams are solid defensively. And so I'm just logging it over here on my monitor off to the side. I'm going to just go in for 105. Now, the hard part here, guys, is that we have an edge. It's a low edge. So Kelly's going to tell us, you should only bet a small amount of money. The hard part for you to figure out is how much you should put on this, because this is the main line, right? So the popularity is higher. There's more liquidity. So in my opinion, this edge is true, but I have more confidence in this edge because it's an actual real one. So I'm willing to bet a little bit more. So I'm going to bet this under here. I'm just going to put up 105 to make $100. And there we go. So I'm in over here on this Warriors play. Okay. So that's really, I mean, this is no odds range, guys. All the sports books are teed up. You want this under on the Rockets game. It's a little bit of an alt line, but still you could go do that. And some definite, different, smaller edge plays out here. Once we get down to this area, guys, I'm not really interested. Okay. And if you want to have some fun and you want to go over to Kalshi, you can set limit orders up, guys, where you can set different pricing, right, for all these. So you can maybe set a really good price up for yourself. All right. Let's take a look at some NHL goal scorers. Streak came to an end on Saturday. Appreciate all the love, support, and detailing. I don't know if we'll get another one going. We'll see. We have 4 results right now, and I bet all these plays earlier, so I'll just kind of pause here. Nelson and Netchis, auto bets for me. Nathan McKinnon, I would bet this. He's like one of, if not the best goal scorers in the league. Adrian Kempe, I ended up betting him at plus 220 earlier today. So I got a good price on that over at FanDuel. So I would not bet him right now on 365. Now, something else to consider, guys. Bet365 offers 3-leg SGP profit boosts. Well, maybe you bet Nelson, Netchis, and Kempe all to score a goal tonight. They're all 3 legs. They all have a small edge or a solid edge. You put that boost on top of it over at Bet365, bingo. You want to put McKinnon on instead? That's fine. You're just banking on 3 goals from the Avalanche, which, I mean, they can definitely do that. They score the most goals in the NHL, so they're a powerful team. You know, the Avs can put up 4, 5, 6 goals with ease. So all of this is one game tonight, but these are the top plays right here. Again, the top 2 plays, auto bet. McKinnon, I would still bet. And then Kempe, I really wouldn't touch it, right? So that's what we got going on there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not as much today, guys, because there's only about 5 games. And for the NHL, tomorrow, it's a much bigger slate of games tomorrow, so get ready to lock in when it comes to that. And by the way, guys, throughout all of this, OGs and DGens know this, but if you find value in this content, in the stream, you're enjoying this, you're learning something, you're tailing some plays, you're making money, smash that subscribe button. We're almost at 8,500 subs. The countdown to 10,000 subs is coming up close, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to do for the 10K day, but it's going to obviously happen this year, and I'm very excited for it. Normally I get balloons. It's a different stream. But in the past, we've given away cash. Honestly, I've probably given away too much cash. I'm not sure what we're going to do for this 10K, but it's going to be a big deal because I'm really, really excited. It's a big milestone for me. So, but obviously only subscribe if you're finding value in the content. If you think this content sucks, then let me know. Send me a DM, email, tell me, if I've lost my way in the past, if you don't like what I'm talking about now. I have been putting out more prediction market content, guys. If you don't like that, if that's not something that you're interested in, my DMs are open, and I'm always open to considerations and different ideas, guys, because the people here in the live streams right now, you guys are the core audience. And so I want to make sure that the content that I'm making is content that you actually find useful and valuable, right? And so if it's not, please let me know. Shout out to Jack Kendall. I don't know if he's on here. He's told me like 3 different times how much some of my plays have sucked ass. I appreciate his honesty. Jack, I appreciate you, man. Love you. So minus 200 to plus 150 odds range. We're looking at point spreads right now for college hoops. There's not a lot of college basketball tonight. Tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be a good game, or a good day tomorrow. A lot going on. So over on ProfitX, like Northern Arizona plus 6, there's only $54 on ProfitX. This would be an auto bet for me. Circa and Bookmaker take the highest amount of money when it comes to college basketball in terms of point spreads. That's why I use these 2 as my sharps. I made a video like a couple weeks ago on the OddsJam YouTube channel talking about all the popular markets for college basketball and which sharp sports books you need to use depending on the market. So go watch that if you're trying to figure out, hey, Billy, if I'm betting point spreads, like who's sharp, Bet Online or Circa? Go watch the video. It tells you. Hey, what about money line plays or first half money line plays? Like, who should I lean on? It's all in there. Check it out. It's going to be a step-by-step tutorial to help you out. Because that's all that the live streams and the content are. Trying to provide a lot of different information, different ways for you to attack these books, depending on the markets, depending on the sport. They're not all the same, guys. Billy C. 2 years ago, he thought that like all the markets were the same and all the sharp sports books were the same. And what I've come to really learn is that's not the case. You can beat some of these sharp books in certain sports, in certain spots, in different markets. They're just definitely out there. Like FanDuel, if you guys know, I love to attack FanDuel on NBA first quarters and first half point spreads. I love to. They recently let me bet to win $50 now in first quarter totals. It used to be $100. Now it's only $50. They don't take my action for this. That's why I have like 5 different ladders on the Rockets game tonight. Not much going on here. Let's get all markets. So definitely different books you can beat in different spots. Now over here, we're going to look at all 4 sharp books. I'm okay with just getting 50%. So I just need 2 of the books to agree with one another within this odds range for all these markets. I'll even pull in first half spreads. We'll look at first half totals. So first half total points as well for college basketball. Back on the Mountain Dew Zero game right now. If anyone's a big fan of Mountain Dew Zero, let me know. It's not bad. I haven't had it. No, it's been like a year or so since I've had it. Saints fan, what's going on, man? Let me catch up. 10 OGs and DGens get like 10K. Yeah, Irish. I don't know if you... Irish, like January was a bloodbath for me, right, man? Just give away 100K. I mean, I think that would be a good thing to do for 100,000 subscribers, giving away 10K to 10 different OGs or DGens. Like, we could maybe do that, right? But we got to get to 10 first before we get to 100. Ship 10 Kit Kat bars to 10 users, more like live soccer raging sweats on the stream. Yeah, obviously the Saturday stream was insane. Shout out Brentford. You were hot garbage in the second half, but the handball. God, Burnley, you can't handball it. So obviously there's nothing on my TV right now because too distracting. All right, Duke on the spreads tonight against NC State. There's only $10 on Bet Openly. Go bet this. Same with No Vig. I would go bet that. Little different story here with the edge on South Carolina State and Delaware State because, well, I don't know. I don't even remember what conference this is. If it's MEAC, if it's MAC, Coastal, I can't remember. This conference is not the same size as the ACC. So my level of confidence in this edge is 2 different things. Again, this is where the software doesn't understand this. Kelly Criterion Method doesn't understand any of this. This is where you as the human need to put your thinking cap on and be like, well, listen, this edge on Duke is much greater and I have more confidence in this than the under on South Carolina State. That's just how it goes, guys. This is not all the same stuff. Coppin State, Howard, IUPUI, Cleveland State, like these are small edges. I would still bet this Coppin State Howard, this is a little high. 653 is a little high because Pinnacle's only taking 250. But like 273 on the point spread here. Point spreads, cool. Not much that I can bet right now. But once we get down here to this half percentage edge, guys, it's where I'm just kind of out. I'm just not going to mess around with this. But these plays on Novig, ProfitX here, I would bet all these. Same with Delaware State. All these plays right here, I have more confidence in these top 2 plays. Again, guys, the sportsbooks take more money on point spreads than they do total points. So the Delaware State, IUPUI, and McNeese, I like that. This under on Stephen F. Austin, it's good. It's just, the books don't take as much money. So because they don't take as much money, they don't have as much confidence in their projections. That's what it all kind of comes down to is confidence. Okay. Again, not a lot with college basketball. We'll turn this over to live here in just a second. We'll look at, again, we got to use FanDuel as the sharp because, as you guys have noticed, Pinnacle is not accepting any kind of action on this. So we need to use FanDuel as the sharp because Pinnacle doesn't set live odds for Morgan State and Norfolk State. That's just how it goes. So we'll go worst case as well. And again, we'll go main markets, date ranges for today. I'll keep an odds range of about like minus 125 to maybe like a plus 125. And then a percentage for me, I'll say 2.5%. Okay. And then the sports books, we can select them all and just kind of see what's up. Right now, I don't have access to Novig and ProfitX. There's certain books that maybe I'll want to focus on a little bit more. Again, if you start to live bet, made me say, you know what, I'll pull up DraftKings and I'll pull up Caesars and maybe even a Desert Diamond or an MGM or Fanatics or Sportzino, and like this is where we can attack, right? And then we just come over here and we go to live and we click play, and maybe I should have selected college basketball. That would have been helpful. So we can do this and say, all right, what do we got? All right, and we're at a stoppage right now. This under on DraftKings, it looked good for a second. Still looks good. Betting the under. College hoops. The under 158.5. You got to go to game lines. It's at plus 110 right now because the game is now going on live, which stinks. So that's the other thing, right? If we're live betting, we can just set it up so we could say, hey, you know what? Just give me a stoppage and play. And so normally then, guys, what I can do is, since there's only one game, like on DraftKings, I have this play pulled up, this game pulled up, and I can just kind of see, you know, DraftKings has their little like basketball going back and forth on the court, and you can just wait to see when there's a stoppage. So it's nice and simple now. I can go about what's going on with the stream, and I don't have to really worry too much about, you know, what's going on. And this game's kind of a blowout right now. Morgan State's up 18. So I'm not really worried about betting the money lines. I'm just going to look for the totals or the spreads. So the under 157.5. Maybe that was something. It's now a plus 130. So we'll come back to this here in a little bit on DraftKings. But this is something that we can use. And I'm just going to open the EV tool up again, open up another screen, and then I can just come over here. We'll look at some NBA player props. So let's look at FanDuel, NBA player props, and we're going to use a blend of FanDuel and Pinnacle. We need agreement from both books. I would say, like I've mentioned before, guys, I'm not really betting many player props for the NBA right now. I would definitely say I'm semi-retired from it. I'm going to pull this EV tool off to the side. The under 159 looks kind of decent right now. Maybe camp that play right now. We'll see how that looks. But in the meantime, Bovada, Carrington, under on points. 2.5% edge with FanDuel and Pinnacle finding some type of an agreement here. Okay? Vooch, Sportzino, 3.5% edge. Looks pretty good. Reed Shepherd on Props Builder. Yeah, I mean, this is not bad at all on the player assists here. So let me come over here. I'm going to go over to Props Builder. I'll throw down, you know, probably $100 on Reed Shepherd. Maybe a little less. Might go $50 to $75, right? Something else that's important, guys, I would prefer to put more of my, when it comes to the wager sizing, I want to put more money on the mainline markets, money line spreads, totals, and a little bit less on player props, right? So with Reed Shepherd, I'll probably bet like $50 to $75 on this play. So I'm over here on BetDSI. Props Builder, guys, if you don't know, Bet Online, Bovada, XBet, BetDSI, Bet Anything, Bet Now. All of those offshore books have Props Builder, which is just a third-party player prop company that provides them their odds. So that BetDSI and BetOnline they don't have to make their own player prop odds in-house. They just outsource it to a third party. So Reed Shepherd, I'm going to go for 75 on him. And something that I've kind of starting to do a little bit more, guys, when it comes to player props with the NBA, I'm live betting NBA player props more, not so much pregame. So here we go. Reed Shepherd, it's really plus 130, but there we go. So I'll throw this in. I got this for $75. Props Builder. All right, this under 158.5 is popping up a lot over here. 16% edge. I'm going to bet $100 over here, guys, on DraftKings. Under 158.5, plus 130 odds. This is a 16% edge right here on this Morgan State play on DK. It just moved to plus 120. So I got a pretty good price at this. We're almost at halftime on this game as well. You can see the FanDuel at the under 158.5 is at minus 118, and I got this at 130. Let me throw in DraftKings. You could also just bet the main line under 160.5 too, right? Because that's 2 points off. Talk about 2 points off is really good. Kalshi's at under 157.5 at plus 118. I got the under 158.5 at plus 130. So I'll just come over here and I'll just adjust this. Again, guys, with live betting, things move incredibly fast, so I don't expect you guys to be able to tail these plays. But again, you can see this is well off. 3 points. I know it's a little extra juice on this. Now I'll just move down to 159. Oh, baby. Yeah, this is looking, we're looking pretty good right now. We're looking pretty good on this under. We're just hit halftime, and I got this under 158.5 at plus 130 odds. I could literally, guys, right now, if I wanted to, I could bet the over on FanDuel, and it's an ARB, right? And I could create a, 2-point middle? If the game ends at 157 or 158, I'm making money no matter what happens, right? Because I just got this over here. So remember, I got a really good play or good price on this under, okay? Under 158.5 at plus 130. I could now go over to FanDuel and bet the over 156.5 at minus 118 odds. That's an ARB, and now it's a middle if I wanted to. So if I don't want to have to worry about this game and if I got a good price, or maybe it's a blowout, right? Maybe they score a bunch of points in the second half. This is another option that I have. So I could come over here right here and do, guys, is come to an arbitrage calculator, open this up, and say, all right, listen, I got plus 130 odds at 100, and I got minus 118, right? I could bet $125 on FanDuel and make roughly $5 in profit no matter what happens. And if this score lands at 157 or 158, I cash both sides. And that's most likely what I'm going to do right now, just so that I can kind of show you this exercise. So now I'm going to make guaranteed profit no matter what happens because of this middle. Made a good decision. We're now at halftime, and I don't want to have to sweat this, okay? So I come over to FanDuel, and I'm like, yo, give me this over for 125 bucks, over 156.5. Bingo. Now I just created a middle opportunity where no matter what happens, I'm in. So if you guys are kind of new to this, and you're like, what are you talking about, Billy? This is how it goes. So I just bet, right? We're basically, it's going to be really good here. I'm in for $100 here and $125 here. That's $225 total. No matter what happens in this basketball game, I'm going to get paid out either $230.93 or $230. So I'm in for $225. I'm making $5 no matter what happens in this game. But if there's a total score of 157 or 158, both teams combined, I cash the over and I cash the under. No matter what happens, guaranteed, right? So that's the beauty here. Now I don't care what happens. I just set up a middle and we move along, right, between FanDuel and DraftKings. This is how you can secure profits with giving yourself a chance to have a really big profit. So you find a play that has positive expected value. You make a good decision, and then immediately after that, you go lock in the other side as an ARB and a middle. And if you do this back and forth all day long, guys, with college basketball, eventually you will cash a bunch of middles. You'll start to cash these a little bit more frequently, and you'll be like, dang. So now I don't care what happens in this game, and I'm really hoping that there's a final score of 157 or 158. And I want to just take the time to pause from this, because positions like this, guys, a lot of people just place this bet and they're like, all right, cool, like I got a plus EV bet, let's roll with it. But if you are checking the score every 30 seconds, you are not ready to live bet yet. You're just not, because you're too focused on what's going on here, okay? So do yourself a favor, and if you find yourself in an advantageous position where it's halftime now, you have some time to think about what's going on, just go middle this, and you're good to go. Forget about what happens then, right? And you can move on your day. Or if you're checking the score every 60 seconds, at least now you're going to make money no matter what happens. Naturally, guys, if you're looking to set up middle opportunities, and that's your sole kind of strategy, you can bet more than $100, right? Not a guarantee that the score is going to move in your direction. But if you want to start betting $200, $300 on the NBA and college basketball and things move your way, that's when you can set up some really big, juicy middles. But, you know, if things don't work your way, you have to be okay with being on that one side of the score. Again, guys, right now, if you want to at halftime, it was flashing at under 156.5. Here we go. Plus 110 odds. It's about a 3.5% edge over at DK halftime right now. If you want to hit this up, go check this out. It's the only college basketball game going on right now. So there we go. All right, back to some player props. Joker over on his PRA. Never a bad idea, guys, to take the over on a superstar that has the chance to go berserk. If you want this, it's a really good play to Pinnacle and to FanDuel. It's just sticking out like a sore thumb here. No other sportsbook's offering plus odds on this over. Right? Something else, right? If you're looking to maybe arb out of this with Joker, maybe the game starts middle out of it. He gets off to a really good start. And this total then live betting balloons up to like 59 or 60. This is where maybe you could bet that under 60.5. You got the over 52.5. You start to create middles. Middle betting doesn't get talked about a lot. And when you make really good decisions pregame betting, you can set up middles to ensure that you profit no matter what happens. Yeah, Irish, no doubt. I know I've been on a tangent for a minute. But yeah, let's take a look at Onyx. Because I know we definitely want to take advantage of that promo. We'll leave all these. Let me get off alt markets for a second. What do we got? Marchment, Nelson, Columbus on the puck line. Got a lot of stuff going on here. All right, Onyx. They are rocking, guys, a 20% parlay boost, which is, it's okay. It's not great. It's just fine. But I'd rather grab the Mason Marchment again for him to get a point. Bingo. Brock Nelson to get a point. I'm cool with that. All right. Two very EV edge plays. And then, yeah, Shane Wright. This is super juicy. These are all really juicy plays right here. Jackets plus 1.5, plus 2.5. It's kind of like an SGP. But I can grab this as well. Will they? Yeah, they'll give me my boost, right? Okay. So what you could do here, guys, is you come up here and you say, all right, we're going to grab this over. We're going to grab this over. This works together. We want Mason Marchment to get it going. Jackets. And then you come up here to the top right-hand corner. In this top right-hand corner, you click this little logo up here. This is the parlay logo. It's saying, yo, you should really be getting odds of plus 342. Now, with this boost, we're only getting odds of plus 278. And that correlation with Marchment and the Columbus Blue Jackets is absolutely killing any positive EV value on this. So I'm going to get rid of this Blue Jackets play. It's crushing us right now. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. So we could go with Brent Burns under on assists, right? We could do Shane Wright. This would be a traditional parlay here, guys. Lower edge play. I could also come over and DVig to another sharp sports book and say, you know, what's Circa got? Nothing. How about Bookmaker? Bet Online. Anything. Bet Online's got 6. Kraken. Okay, right? These would be 3 different plays. So we could get a little bit of a traditional parlay here. Minus 290. You know, Pinnacle doesn't like that. They're at minus 283. So I don't love it. We could bet the Flyers, same thing, but Pinnacle doesn't like that as well. So something else that we can do is we can go over to the low holds tool. Come over to the low holds tool. Take a look at this. We're looking at, where do I have credits at? We have them at DraftKings. Okay, let's go here. What do we got here? Sports books. We want DraftKings and Onyx. We need this to be for hockey. Again, I know it's a little extra work here, guys, but you know, this is when there's not a ton of value popping. This is kind of the extra work that you have to do in order to find these plays. Marchment, Brock Nelson. Can I find something that's not? Here we go. Money line today on Vancouver. Okay. I'm all right with that. If I grab this Vancouver play and Brock Nelson and Mason Marchment, you can see we should be getting odds of plus 771, and we are. Slap the boost on top of this, we're looking pretty good. Now, it's a max wager of $25, so that's what I'm going to go with. Shout out to the low holds tool for hooking me up. Mason Marchment just moved to minus 115. I'm still okay with it. I'm still okay with it. It's still a very EV edge play. I'll share the link with you guys here for this 3-leg Onyx Boost parlay. All right, there we go. So, even though Mason Marchment moved from -110 to -115, I still really like it. Vancouver on the money line, Brock Nelson and Marchment both to secure points tonight. $25 pays us out a grand total of $250. Not bad. Not bad if you ask me. This would be the 3rd straight 3-leg parlay on Onyx that we're going to hit. So let's see if we're hot. There we go. So now I can come over here to OddsJam, type $25, click Onyx. Then I can come over here, guys, to my bet tracker. Come over to this, open this parlay up, click the little pencil here, say, yo, I'm actually getting this at 902 for an odds boost. And now my parlay's tracked right here. No problem, Irish. No problem. So, there we go. Dang, we're almost at an hour. So, really, guys, I would say tonight, because there's not a lot going on, I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on live betting, probably some college basketball, a little bit of NBA. Tomorrow, get ready to buckle in. I know I didn't stream this morning, but I will be on tomorrow morning because we have a lot going on. And we're going to want to hit a lot of mainline markets tomorrow morning and then focus on the player props in the evening. As always, you have questions, DM me, email me. Never, ever, ever hesitate to reach out. For those of you that have reached out, I do apologize. I totally forgot on X about like the requests that didn't come in directly to my DMs. Like there are requests that I finally cleaned up. So if you do send me a first-time DM, I will answer you because I'm back on remembering to check the requests. Otherwise, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Have an awesome Monday. Catch you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Take care.